Hi friends, in my previous video we had already discussed the risk associated with the international payment terms, advance payment, 100% advance payment, DA, documents against acceptance, and open account. In today's video we are going to discuss the risk associated with the two payment terms, namely CAD, cash against documents, which is also known as DP, documents against payment, and the LC, letter of credit. We will discuss the risk associated with the CAD first. As you know, CAD stands for cash against documents. Under the CAD, the contract is established between buyer and buyer and seller have to register this contract with their respective banks so that banks can handle the documents under the rules of URC, Uniform Rules for Collections, devised by ICC, International Chamber of Commerce, and the latest version is 522. Yes, under the CAD, documents are handled by the banks under these rules URC, and now once the buyer and seller come to the contract, they have to register the contract with the banks, and after the shipment, the seller or the shipper has to submit all shipping documents, including BL, to the bank, to their bank, and their bank dispatches the documents to the buyer's bank, and the buyer's bank responsibility is to present the documents to the buyer upon payment. The payment documents are released to the buyer against the payment. The risk associated with this payment term is that if there is any issue in buyer's bank credibility, and if the credibility report or credit report of the buyer is not acquired by the seller, then after the shipment there might be some issue regarding the receipt, regarding the acceptance of documents at the buyer's bank. Buyers may not receive the documents from their bank, and finally the shipment is in transit, and a shipment arrives at the port of destination, but buyer has not received the document from their bank against the payment, and finally the payment is jeopardized. So it is advisable to check the credibility report, the credit report, and the credibility of the buyer's bank and the buyer, of course, and the buyer himself, before coming to the contract under the CAD. Second payment term is LC. LC is considered to be the safest mode of payment. Letter of credit is quite different from the contract established between buyer and seller, and the seller has to comply with all the rules and regulations and all the clauses stipulated in the LC. The seller has to arrange the shipment, seller has to manufacture the goods according to the clauses, according to the points given in the LC, and the payment is only secure if the document presented by the seller is exactly as per LC, as per clauses given in the LC, which is called compliant presentation. If the documentation if the documents presented by the shipper to the bank is a compliant presentation, it means the compliant presentation means that all the rules, all the clauses given in the LC have been complied with very accurately, then the payment is secure. If the clauses of the LC were not followed accurately, then there may be a discrepancy in the documents, and the payment of the LC can be either delayed or jeopardized. So it is advisable to prepare the documents of the LC very accurately, so that there is no chance of discrepancy, and the payment is secure and timely remitted by the buyer's bank after the acceptance of LC based documents at the buyer's bank counter. Till next video, bye.